otherwise known as Wigglebees, and this is another sketchbook tour. I'm gonna do my best to be as chipper as usual, but we'll see how that goes. I've been kind of really down in the dumps because of, you know, everything. But filming usually gets me a little bit more up, so we're gonna see if I can kick this, at least for today, with a sketchbook tour. This is my 35th sketchbook, and that's absolutely bonkers. That's too many sketchbooks. It also took me longer than usual, which usual is kind of I guess it's not really usual anymore. I used to fill sketchbooks in like a month, like every month, and these were not thin sketchbooks, but the last like 3 have been much longer. I started this right after sending in my CalArts application, which I didn't get in, so that's that. But the real goal there was to have a deadline and a purpose for pulling together a portfolio, and that was a success. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of what I made. It's still got troubles and problems, and it could be better, obviously. But I'm really proud of doing it and getting it in. I sent it on like the last day it could be sent, so I'm very proud to have pulled it together enough to do that. This is mostly a bunch of self-portraits and then Elliot. This paper hates paint so much. It bleeds through, it ruins the paper, and it makes the colors all muddy. It's just terrible. And I was so sad to not use paint through this, but I also needed a shitty sketchbook to try to kick my... talking's hard. To try to kick my recent desire for very pretty finished sketchbooks and like not wanting to draw in my sketchbooks. And this, I think, kicked that, for now at least. And I'm glad. But I'm so glad to be back to being able to paint. This is Lettle. They're a new character I'm working on for LARP, as I always am. They're Fae, and they don't know how to lie. They don't understand the concept of lying, and they don't understand that you could lie, or if you could, why you would do that. Why would you do that? They're... lying by omission is fine by them. Like, they can do that. I think. I'm still developing, like, the I'm having so much trouble. Particulars, I guess? That's a word. I'm gonna go with that. The particulars of their whole deal. Like, lying by omission, like how much lying is lying. Do they believe that everything people say is wholeheartedly true to the world, or just true to them? Like, if they say the sky is green, does that mean they internalize, yes, the sky is green? Or do they recognize the sky is not green, but to this person, they assume that the sky is green to them, like they see the sky green? I don't know if that explains it, but nonetheless, they're really fun. I'm having a lot of fun with them. Perhaps by the end of this quarantine, I'll have their costuming done. They wear all white, and I'm planning to slowly bring in darker colors as they learn how to lie. If they learn how to lie, I'm hoping to convince the return to teach them, but we'll see. I really like this set of Adelaide. I really like... It actually shows her age, which is wonderful. She's always been a lovely middle-aged lady, and for the longest time I haven't been able to draw any ages other than generic young adult teenager. And that's no good, and I've been trying to figure it out for a long time to draw Adelaide specifically, and it hasn't worked. But now I feel like I've got it, which is very happy. Lots of notes in this sketchbook. This is because I started watching Anne with an E, which was such a good show. I'm gonna have to rewatch that soonish. Yeah, that was good stuff. This is from Bog Camp. A bunch of my friends coordinated to go camping. It was planned to be 6 days, but I only ended up being able to be there for 3. So, I don't know. The next several pages are sketches from that camp out. I really like this of Aliso. And then we got Remy and Karis. Me and Aliso made them pose for us, do some figure drawing. It was very fun. But then we got distracted immediately and had to do other things. Eve chopped off all their hair and then I didn't know how to draw them. Please, paper, flip. We've got Alex Guter. That's always fun. And this is that campground. I'm slowly trying to do more environments. But we'll it's going mediocre. Got more of these. More of those. I like that Mingus. The mandatory Remy playing a piano drawing. And Eve looking fondly back at us. These are some fun ones. Ah. I like that Alex a lot, and these two. They're very expressive. I'm trying to learn how to do cross-hatching, and it's going kind of well. It's going. Here's a bunch of them. Not everyone there, but as many as I could capture. Me and Alex and Lugbug and Mingus and Eve went on a geocaching adventure while we were there, and I sidetracked us for about an hour to sit in a tree, and I think this is like my favorite spread in this whole sketchbook. This feels so long ago. Ugh. This is more from that adventure. These are like drawn while running on the trail as they're running ahead of me and I'm losing them. But I'm like, I have to draw. So I'm just running them back and I'm like, wait, stop. I have to draw. And I'm just running, drawing and running, and they're all scribbly. I can see what they're of, but I don't think they're very comprehensible to anyone but me. These are some sketches for a formal outfit for Alexander for the Yule event. I didn't end up going with this design, but I think, yeah, there's more of it soon. And then this is working on a song I was writing for Dion. Hopefully I'll get to sing it in full sometime. Yeah, this is the shirt I actually ended up going with for Yule. And then the patterning. I walked into the fabric store with a completely different plan, and I was looking for fabric, and I was like, there's nothing I want for this shirt. I'm gonna design a new one, and I whacked this out, and I sketched it down, and I made some guesses on how much fabric I would need, like the yardage. And I had to completely redesign things. This is how it actually ended up being. Maybe, yeah, never mind. Words. Okay. And then this is the patterning for it, and figuring out the measurement stuff. Why I choose to make such tailored, weird garments when I have relatively very little experience making any garments is beyond me, but nonetheless, I sure do make things, and they worked pretty well. This is my mom. This is from Disneyland when Rise of Resistance was opening. We got up really early and we went, not on opening day, but like pretty soon after. And oh my gosh, it was awesome. That's a fantastic ride. Yeah, that would be such an awesome... Words are so hard. I'm so sorry, guys. Being an Imagineer and getting to design those spaces and those rides would be the dream, honestly. These are from Catalina Island. We went on a little cruise, and I was seasick for most of it, but it was really fun. Anyway, we went with Kat, and yeah, hung around, had a time, didn't do a lot, just kind of hung out and vibed. Mina and Kat were dipping their toes in the water, and I didn't want to take my shoes off, so I just drew them. Mingus. These are little sketches and concepts of a game I'd really love to make, or rather, a game I'd really love to have. I don't have the skills to program or make a game, and I don't especially want them. Like, that's not a path for me. If I did, then yeah, I would go crazy, go do that. learn how, but I don't especially want to. But I do want this to exist. I just want to be the concept artist for this game and then play it. So I need to find a collaborator who would like to make a game who would put up with this. It's like a farming and adventure game, like exploration. You're on a little spaceship and you stay at different planets. Like you're traveling and you stay at different planets for like extended periods of time where you're just planet side. And you're exploring all the plants they have there and like how to farm them and all the things about that, how to care for them, what their deal is. And then you leave and there's like interim time where you're on the ship caring for your plants there before you get to your next planet. I don't know, I just really like it. I want to be these little dudes, run around, plant things. More of that. And Mesa. More Lettle. What a mess. What a gremlin. I got some Marlin. I really like these sketches. Elliot. I don't have much to say about this page. It's nothing you guys haven't seen before. It's just Elliot. He's just vibing. We got Mesa. I spent a lot of this sketchbook trying to figure out how Mesa is, and by the end of it I think I've got her. Like in my head I know what Mesa looks like and how her vibes are, but I've never been able to get that on paper in a way that feels right. She's never felt like Mesa. She's looked good and had good designs, but she's never felt like Mesa to me. We got Adelaide, remembering her scars. I really love her. Oh, I love Adelaide. Alexander. After I made his Yule shirt, I looked back at his normal garb, and I was like, gross, I hate this shirt. This shirt sucks. And so I was gonna fix it. This is one of the only things I made with a pattern. I hate working with patterns. It turned out, well, it's kind of green. It looks kind of pickly. I don't love it. And it didn't fit me well, and it did not photograph well. And so I was like, how can I fix this? I'm gonna take this shirt and I'm gonna fix it. And the more I thought about how to fix this shirt, the more problems I saw with it, and the less I liked it. And so I gave up and I decided, fine, I'm just gonna make a new shirt. And I used the same pattern as the Yule shirt, and I used up the scraps I had from the first shirt's pattern. The words from the first shirt, and I put together out of, yeah. Oh, words are so hard. You're not gonna be able to follow this at all. That's, okay. I took the scraps I had left of the first shirt, as well as from the Yule shirt. I put it all together. It's all a mess. It's like it's a mess. And yet, it is my favorite thing I've ever made. Here, I lengthened the sleeves from the Yule shirt, and I was still planning to have it buttoned all the way up, but I didn't manage to sew any buttons on it before game, so I kind of just had it held closed by my belt and let it be like a weird v-neck thing, and honestly I love that. It turned out beautifully. Maybe I'll insert a picture or something. I don't know, I'll be editing this on my phone, so maybe that's not possible. Nonetheless, eventually I'm gonna commission like this embroidery to go on the back of it like that, to make it a little more bougie, a little more pretty, a little more chaotic. And then I'll do some hand stitching on top of it to add more texture, maybe some beading. It'll be lovely. And I'll add all these patches as well. I'm really excited for that. This is some designs I did with my sibling of a character they're thinking of bringing to LARP. I'm really excited to meet them and help with them with their costume and stuff. We ended up scrapping the hat, because even though it's lovely and mushroomy, it's not practical. You can't lie down in it, and as a world-building choice, how would he live? But it's so cute. This is an ugly checklist page. We're gonna ignore it. After LARP, me and Ryan were going absolutely insane about Vardos and tiny houses. We were like, what if we built one to bring to LARP? And then we never had to set up or pack down ever again. And we just got to have this beautiful in-character space. And it's just the best. This is unachievable for us currently because we are we're children and we have no money. And Vardos are expensive to build and store and move. But someday we're gonna have a beautiful Vardo, and it's gonna be the best time ever. We can sleep in it, we can store all our garb in it, we can store everything in it, and it'll be the best. Oh, just imagine rolling up to game and you have a Vardo. That's the best. These are some life-drawing sketches from Printmaking. I really like these too. Mesa and a sketch for a commission. Arrgh! This commission, I started this ages and ages ago, and it's super overdue, but I've been so down in the dumps, and it's so hard to work on it. And the longer I have trouble with it, the more perfect I want it to be to make up for how long it's taken. And the more perfect I want it to be, the less achievable my vision is. And the less achievable my vision is, the more in the dumps I am, the harder it is to make, and the longer it takes, and then it just is an everlasting cycle of horribleness. And I think my bad vibes, other than general coronavirus bad vibes, are just normal. The artist is the worst critic. Like, nobody else cares about these tiny, awful details. Anyone else who saw them would be like, wow, what a fantastic time. And I'm like, gross, look at this little smudge. I hate it, and it should stop. But that is unnecessary, and I need to get it done, because it's such a beautiful piece, and I can't wait to show it to them. And, okay. We have to stop. We have to stop. Here's Elliot. I love Elliot. What a bastard boy. You think you were missing the buddies now? Just you wait till quarantine sets in. Then you'll really be missing the buddies. I like these. They're pretty fun. I really like this sketch of Adelaide. That one's a very good one. More of that. More of this. I'm so happy. Like, I love how it's turning out, and I just want it to be the best it can be. Oh, Brian. This is Mesa. This is like where I got Mesa, and this is now the ideal I'm striving for. Like, that feels like Mesa to me. And then the rest of this book is just trying to catch up and like replicate that. This is a project I'm working on with Ryan for LARP, as everything is. And it's a secret project. I can't talk much about it, but I'm so excited for it. I'm immensely hyped. These masks are gonna be so beautiful, and I can't wait to make them, and then I can't wait to wear them. Okay. I'm so excited. This garb, I'm just overwhelmingly hyped for. It's so impractical, and it's gonna cause us such trouble, and I'm so excited. There's not Elliot, my words. There's Alexander. I was trying to figure out what his deal was. I didn't get it here, because last game was a lot, and it just exemplifies all of the things I'm struggling with Alexander. Like, he's a lot of different pieces, and none of them are compatible with each other. Like, he's childish, but I want him to be serious, and I want him to do big, cool things for himself. And like, his backstory and his backstory and his current self and his ideal future self are all just incompatible with each other. Like, okay, I'm being a little dramatic. They probably could go together. I just don't know how yet. Because in his backstory, he's very old. He lived a long life compared to his family, which is chaotic. There was a lot of barriers for him in his backstory, and they weren't overcome. And then now in his life, because I wasn't very comfortable role-playing him for a long time, he's been very, very childish, very silly, which he is childish and silly, but those are the character traits people see in him, and those aren't the character traits I want to carry him. And I don't yet know how to, like, evolve him from there. But and then I don't know what or how I want to get him to his ideal self. Like, imagining him as a fully established, fully cool character. I don't know what that really looks like, and I don't know how to get there. I just know that I don't want him to be where he is. We're working on it. I guess that's also the words. That's the collar I ended up with on the shirt. This is some patterning for that character again, for Mingus, for the shorts and the capelet. If you guys would be at all interested in like videos about my costuming adventures and like the patterning adventures, let me know, because I want to learn how to make them, but I don't know if there's an audience for them at all. We'll figure it out. Because as you guys can tell, I'm getting a lot more into that, doing a lot of designing costumes and making them. And I really like sharing what I make. Yeah. This is a sketch of my room, except ignoring all of the mess. It's just the furniture and not the mess. And I need to do more stuff like this to practice space. Here's more Mesa. Still struggling with her. But I like that one and that one. They have Mesa vibes. And then this is another direction for Mesa, and I thought I liked it. And the more I consider it, the less I like it. And so we're gonna have to revisit her outfit. Let's see. These are some 30-second figure drawings. Just having a good time. Not really very, oh, what's the word? There's no structure in them. It's only contour. But sometimes that's what's needed. It's just fun. Some more patterning for the forefins. Another set of LARP characters. Didn't end up needing this one, but I will have to make this shirt. I don't think it'll look like that, but I do need to make a little shirt. These are some designs for printmaking class. We were gonna do a screen printing project where we had to make a band, like pick a name for a band and a style for it, and then make t-shirts for it. And these are some concepts I was working on. But we're not going to be able to print them, and I'm so sad about that. This is the start of a 100 heads challenge. Trying it again. I didn't finish it last time, and I didn't finish it this time. But I did draw more heads than I usually... more heads from reference than I usually do, so I'd call that a win. I really like these two. This is another LARP character, not for Twin Mask though. I'd really love to go to one of those, like, wizard school LARPs. Essentially like Hogwarts ripoffs. And if I went, this would be a character. This is a character I'm considering. Their name is Maisel, and they're just a funky little soft-spoken wizard. These are some life drawings from my first clown class. Also my last clown class so far, because everything was quarantined like 2 days after it. And I'm so sad because like I'm a very nervous person. It takes a long time for me to warm up to new things and new people most of the time. And this class just immediately made itself a wonderful, welcoming environment that I could be at peace in. So I could actually do what we were working on and like participate. And that's very unusual for me. It usually takes a long time for me to get to that point, if ever. More heads. More heads. And some more solid tests of the screen printing design we were working on. Same thing, more heads, except these ones are blind contours, except for these guys. These weren't really blind. They are contours, but they're not blind. I love that one though. I can't touch this page. Again, this paper hates paint. And I got so sick of not using paint that I just went hog. And I can't touch it. It doesn't work. It's no good. This is a fun page. I like this one a lot. Yep, more heads. I really like this set of them. Especially these two. they just have good vibes and good shapes. I also love the more decorative pieces on this and more flowers. Flowers are always good. Rejected from CalArts, as expected. More paint I can't touch. And I think these are the last of the heads I did. So I got up to 63. And then did not continue. I can't touch this one either. Why would I do this to myself? My next sketchbook is actually like watercolor paper. And so it can actually hold paint and I'm free from this nonsense. Lots of Elliot and then some little fan art for my friend's radio show. Very chaotic radio show, but I love it so much. I might do more fan art for it. This is an attempt at designing a cool pair of shorts or romper or something to make out of some fabric I have that I really love, and I want it to be, I don't have a lot of it. I have enough for like a look, but not for more, not for trial and error. So I'm trying to figure out the perfect thing to wear with it. And I think I settled on this because it's more versatile than a romper and it's more fun than just a pair of shorts. Because you can wear the vest on its own or the shorts on its own or together. Very powerful. I'll try to muscle up the energy to make that soon. Try to get more sleep. And then I was really sick of the sketchbook because, again, it took me 3 months, and I'm not used to that kind of time. And so I just decided, I wasn't drawing in it a lot, like I would take breaks because I just wasn't loving it. And I decided I just had to finish it right now. So I just scribbled things out, and it's kind of a mess, but that's okay. Trying to do more interaction and more environments. I really like that pose, this set. I don't love it, but it's a good concept, and I want to work on it more. Like I love mesas in there, and I like this set. Some sketches of me tripled, and just lots of lines. A little lineup of Elliot, Mesa, Marlin, Adelaide, and Clementine. And a little blind contour drawing of me. And that's all the rest of the pages are. They're all just blind contours. And that's it.